at these photos, right away I'm going, well, that's a pretty shot of Honolulu. Or, no.
Exactly.
I mean, it might be because that's what we imagine with these hibiscus, right? That is certainly of that climate, but there's something special here. The two-piece summer elegance is a hardy hibiscus, so you can live in colder parts of the country and still have that to enjoy. 2 pieces for under $18, which means that what is in front of me is $9, $10.
Wow.
What is in front of you? Yeah, $9, right?
Wow.
$9, $9.
And this is
in
what it
front
looks
of
like
you.
in the first season. These are fast-growing plants. These plants will burst up in July, and this is what you will get in one season. So, I mean, if, you know, I think you should buy lots of things in this show, but this is such a special plant. Especially, check out this growing habit. It's such a rounded, mounding plant that you won't need to prune this because this is the natural way that it grows. But you're not here to talk about the mounding shape. We want to talk about these flowers,
They're
right?
enormous. I mean, these are so big.
Yes, they can be
so large.
10 inches across. These are called dinner plate hibiscus, although that's a big dinner plate. It's like a big dinner plate.
It's like an elephant.
Yeah, it is. It's
concept.
enormous. And as you said, I mean, this is something that you think is growing in Hawaii, where I've never been. I would love to go, but what I think would be really fun is as your mother-in-law gave you hydrangea as a present, if someone you know took a honeymoon to Hawaii,
oh my gosh,
get them this as a reminder because every time they see these blooms, that's what they'll think of.
Yeah, the LPGA tour is in Ko'olina right now, and that's where we got to go for a couple of days.
Awesome.
And I was in awe. I mean, you talk about like God's beauty. Raining. It's just everywhere you look. It was spectacular, but I would have never thought that I could grow these in Pennsylvania, in Kentucky, in Nebraska, in Chicago. Like if you think about colder parts of the country, like in the upper Midwest, they can still grow these?
They can grow these, absolutely. Yes, you can grow these in Chicago, outside of Illinois and Minneapolis, Minnesota. You can grow these. So they're called hardy hibiscus. And what they do is they'll burst out in July, and they're really fast growers. And so some people are showing me sprouts that are theirs that are already growing. But I know my mom has a hedge of these going down a hill, which is really beautiful.
Wow.
And one year in Pennsylvania, we had a really, really strong frost. We thought they were goners, but boom, they started growing that early July here in Pennsylvania, and then, you know, it seemed almost overnight they'd be another foot taller, another foot taller. These get to be about 4 feet tall, and about the same 3 to 4 feet wide, and so they are big show-stopping plants.
Can you still put them in containers at that size?
You could put them in containers if you want.
I think they'd be really pretty on a patio, you know, to kind of create that.
Yes,
you know,
especially because you get 2 of them, so you can put them in containers. I love them in the ground because they are that 60-mile-an-hour plant, but I know a lot of us rent or have, you know, you've downsized, you don't have a little plot of land to dig in anymore. Go ahead and put them in containers.
How much sun do these prefer?
So they like full sun.
Okay.
They do like full sun, so that, you know, they have that part of the tropics still in them. But so we've got 2 colors here. One is this Berry Awesome, and then the Starry Starry Night. And you can see a great example here of that Starry Night foliage. It's almost black. And the Berry Berry Night has a really, really dark green foliage too, which is so unique.
I would get 2 sets. I'm sorry to jump in.
No.
But you know, wouldn't you get 2 sets? Because I would want one of each of these and almost like flank whatever I could find.
God, I know.
And put the, you know, the same color on either side of that walkway.
People are going to want to know.
Mailbox
everyone who comes over is going to want to know where you got them.
Yeah.
And the thing about hibiscus is that these are summer flowering shrubs, and they're hard to find. You know, we have a lot of beautiful spring flowering shrubs in all parts of the country, but these summer flowering shrubs they're not just hard to find, you know, in the world, but in your garden center. Because garden centers really want to go out in spring with a bang. They want to show you their beautiful flowers in spring. Well, these don't look as pretty in spring. In fact, we can show you what they look like when they come. But wow, in summer, will you be happy that you got a few of these?
This is how I feel, because I'm a big DIYer, and so sometimes I'll be building something and my husband will look at me, he's like,
where's this going?
He's like, girl, because my hair's everywhere and I've got sawdust and I've got like a smear of something across my face, you know, my work clothes on, and then he's like, do you want to go out to eat? And I'll, you know, shower and get dressed and come down, and he's like, wow, like it's amazing how quickly and how well you clean up, right?
So this is you as a DIYer.
This is me as a DIYer, and then that was me over there as I'm getting ready for dinner. But it's beautiful eventually, but what do we do once we get it home?
And this is beautiful to me too, because what this is this is called bare root. And so this plant is actually an older or it's like a 2-year-old plant that we've just cut off. Okay. We've cut it off, we've dug it up, and that's why it can grow so quickly for you. That's why in your first season, you will have flowers. You will have that 4-foot height that we showed you on stage. So, but don't be concerned about how to plant it. So it might be a little bit hard to see the different shading here on your screen, but there's a differentiation in color between the lighter brown and the darker brown. And if you can't see that when you get home, just leave about 2 inches sticking up above the soil.
Okay.
And then you're gonna dig a hole, just like a lot of our plants. We wanna make sure the hole is about twice as deep and wide as the plant. So it really gives those roots room to expand. And our potting soil is so nice and soft. So we backfill it up right to where that little discoloration spot was. We pat it down to make sure there's no air bubbles, and we're leaving about 2 inches up. You give it a nice drink of water. And you know, with any of our new plants, you want to make sure you check on them regularly. If you're getting your plants home now, it's great because spring is a rainy season, but you still want to check on them if it hasn't rained and give them that drink of water.
Should you fertilize? Because I have heard people talk about like burning plants, like over fertilizing too soon. Is that a legitimate concern? What do you recommend? So that it grows big like what we're seeing here.
I think like with anything, you need to read the directions. We want to do it right, and we think maybe just a little bit more would be good for it. Right. Well, read the directions. Our fertilizer is one of those little pods per 1 gallon.
Yeah, and that watering can, by the way, that we just saw you use.
Yeah, Roxanne De Palma.
That's from Ultimate Innovations, and it's a great space saver, but it holds a gallon of water, and then when it's not full, then it's a nice slim design. But it's convenient because the information on your screen right now is for Cottage Farms customer top rated bud and flower booster. One of their little pods drops into a watering can, and then you're zipping around using that on almost anything that is on your property.
Yes. Yeah,
Brilliant.
Most of the plants we have in this show will take that fertilizer. And so if you have any questions, let's go by the Mary at Night. If you have any questions, you can always refer to the guide about when to fertilize it, how often, what kind of fertilizer you need. Well, so because these plants are, they're going to be hungry. They want to grow to their full big dinner plate size with these bursting flowers, so give them that food that they want.
Are you a bargain shopper? Like when you go into a store, do you ever hit the clearance racks and you love the big posters?
Straight to the back.
Okay, if we had like a nearly 50% off sign that we could put up behind us, I would do it because that's exactly what the sale price means. And then that leads me to my point about getting more than one of these. More than 500 of our 2-piece Summer Elegance Hardy Hibiscus have now been spoken for. Because you've got this sale price, it's almost today like getting 2 collections, so you could get 4 of these for about the same price as what our full QVC price is. We just don't do this sort of thing on plants usually, but it's happening in this 2 hours as we're celebrating National Garden Month, your garden guide here at the Q. The Hardy Hibiscus means you don't have to live in a tropical climate to grow these now. That's why we love Cottage Farms and what they've been doing since 1947. Yours on Easy Pay, 1 set for $4.48. You could get 2 of them for around $9. M61299. Oh, I would get those. I really want to get those. I'm already imagining where I would put them. It'd be cool if you